Well, okay. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to try out the BV155B-1, and I'm going to try it out in RRB. I currently only have the test drive. Just activated a moment ago to do a bit of sound check, but it all seemed to be okay. Now, what I'm going to try to do is to use it as a bomber interceptor, which as far as I know is what it was designed for. And yeah, other than that, I don't know much about the plane. And yeah, one more thing is that I currently have a bit of a difficulty connecting to my chat to display it. I hope that I can see if anybody types in there, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case. But I hope it's going to be fixed from it by its own. Other than that, let's go and see how this goes. But yeah, the only thing I know about this plane is that it is designed to be an interceptor for... that it is designed to intercept bombers, I think, and that it goes very high. But yeah. So in this first match, I'm going to try exactly that, do a bit of side climbing or something else. I haven't really played at 3.7 in that tier in a very long time, so I'm not sure what to expect, what planes to go after or to avoid. And Sure, let's have. Sure, let's put that in and go. Now, good question on what to do. Let's take that B-18, which I think is a bomb, as a sort of orientation as to how high I need to go, and sort of point in this direction, and then do some climbing. That might be a good idea. Blah. That might be a good idea. Oh, but I also added 2 new tags, which are brain damage, supposed to mean brain damage, and not funny, because I'm not funny. And yeah, really unfortunate that chat isn't working for some reason. I tried to fix it with restarting things, so on and so forth, but yeah, so far I only have a small little thing that says connecting to chat and nothing else, which is unfortunate. And I don't really have any other device on which I could look at chat, which really sucks. But I can talk to myself. Perhaps that is going to be something as well. But yeah. I'm not sure what bombers I'm going to face, and likely I'm not really sure how to face them. Like what their turret layouts are and their effective engagement ranges and so on. So I'm gonna sort of climb. I guess 2,600 seems to be an okay altitude, but let's continue to climb and read what interesting input there's in chat. Yeah. The world is going to get way worse, apparently. Good to know. Now, if only I knew what was a bomber and what was not, that would be extremely helpful. Is that a bomber? It looks like it's slow. And a B-18 might seem like it's going to intercept, which is weird. But I guess this seems like a bomber. Its trajectory sort of makes sense. I just got shut down by the B-18, and over there is a M.B.175T, whatever that is. Very fun. Chat is unfortunately still not working. Okay, let's not overheat. I'm not sure how good this thing is as a dogfighter, but I imagine not too good due to its massive wings. Okay, but it looks like other planes have the same idea in terms of intercepting things. Let's take a look at the team lineups, which do look like they are quite balanced at the moment. Well, that BA-109 is gone. Okay, I recognize some things. That F6 is probably a fighter, as well as F4F and the K61, I think. That P51 is definitely a fighter. And that B782 might be a bomber. Now let's try to intercept that. Okay, F4F is also a fighter. Okay, it could be bad luck that all of the bombers have decided to fly around this area to the bases instead of this path. Okay, that P-38 is most likely going to be a fighter, I think. P-38 really sounds like a sort of fighter aircraft. Oh, those are two bombers. That B-34 is definitely one. Okay, now let's see if I can close in. Which I definitely can try, but that P-38G, as well as that Key-61, which I think is a fighter, most likely going to be quite problematic for me. Let's see how that P-38G goes. Apparently it avoids the BF-109. Maybe it's a bomber. But in light of that Japanese plane coming in, let's try to intercept that P-38. No, that is a fighter craft. Or a ground strike aircraft or something. Okay, that's going to run away. Okay, the Key-61 doesn't seem like something I should engage right about now. Let's follow him, perhaps force him down. I'm not going to follow him down. Yay. Let's do a little bit of turning around. That's actually what might be a tight turning circle. Okay, bomber interception hasn't gone too well so far. Oh, I have an idea how I can look at chat. Give me a second. Give me a big check. Check. Please hold while I try to figure this out. Game audio is gone because I alt-tabbed. Okay. That is probably a very dumb idea, whatever I'm doing right now. But let's just try to avoid him. With a nice little spin. Huh? That works. Okay, well, blah, blah, blah. Let me try to figure out how to look at chat in a minute. Okay. I should be able to look at my chat now, so if anybody's in there, feel free to say anything. Just going to put this over here, but from the little list, it seems that there is nobody in there. Probably left after I said I can't see chat. Okay. Big if. Okay, things haven't gone too well so far. Let's try to get on and shoot at that P-38 for some reason. Might work out, might not. He's really trying to force me to go down, which I don't really want to do. So I'm just going to continue to do it like this. Let me do short sound check to see how I sound, but that seems to be okay, I think. That doesn't seem to be too quiet or too loud. Well, looks like I can do lots of hiding in high altitude with this thing. Not sure what he was doing. But it happened. Maybe he wanted to die, who knows. Well. There are only 2 players left, which are most likely going to be their bombers. Now, there seems to be one of them. Let me add my engines to get lower, as they are most likely not going to take on the time to climb up considerably high. Okay, you can probably get to like 800 kilometers with this thing. Does it have an air brake? No, it doesn't. Okay, the Spitfire will most likely be able to take the B-7A2 down. Let's not break off the wings and sort of join in as well. That was way too easy. Let's try to find that last plane. Which might sit at their airfield, most likely. Huh. Well, so far, I think this is a good first match. I think. Yes. Not sure what that one plane was doing just a moment ago. Or the first one we shot down. It was weird. But yeah. Okay, that Spitfire just got shot down by an NPC plane. Fair enough, I suppose. Okay. Since that bomber is most likely doing things where he's not going to be found, let's engage him after we've just now found him. Okay. I mean, what I could technically do is to be nice and let him go do some bombing. But not sure if the other 2 fighters agree. So since I am be doing a bomber player myself, I'll let him drop his bombs and then shoot him down. I think that's a sort of fair idea. But that P-36 seems like it does have other plans. But it looks like he's able to get. It looks like he's going to be able to drop off his bombs. Yep. Okay. Let's take a look at the map. Yep, that seems very much like it. I'm going to try to get to him before the P-36 does. And I'm running out of fuel. That's interesting. Okay, very nice. Yo. I mean, that was sort of good, I guess. Maybe. Okay, let's make it a sort of general rule. General rule. This is I'm going to play this more. I mean, anyways, let's just make a general rule to sort of let bombers get their bombs off if it's reasonable. Which I think is sort of fair. Okay, how much more till my next thing? Oh, never mind. We will. That was sort of okay. Let's go on to the next one. And see if I can intercept some bombers in the sort of first wave. And perhaps try some intercepting there. Then. Okay. I think the belts are sort of okay, worked out previously. Okay. Let's get a angle again and just sort of climb to like 3,000 something meters. Or 7,000. That P8 is sort of what I'm guessing is the bomber height. And in the next few matches after this one, or perhaps even this one, maybe I'm going to try a bit of dogfighting, but most likely I'm going to try to do some booming and zooming. That might work out, since this plane can go like 800 something without falling apart. Okay, let's get a sort of good angle and gain speed together with some altitude. I'm not sure if all the enemy planes are going to fly on this side or on this side. But yeah, I'm going to try to let them drop their bombs, well, on their first run. Because I think it, not only think, I know it sucks if you fly a bomber for like 2-3-5 minutes to a target and just get shot down before you can even drop one load. So, yeah. Okay, those BTDs look like they are fighters or frontline bombers, since one of them is diving for the airbase. Okay, XP-50 is an interceptor, I think. That is all the railway cars gone. Okay. Not many clouds, so I should have sort of good visibility towards any bombers flying around. Okay, that XP-50 is trying to intercept the E8, it seems like. Can I make out any dots in the sky, like visually? Because I think you can sometimes see them before they actually show up as a plane with like markers and stuff. Let's see how that P8 is going to fare against the XP-50. Never mind. 2 XP-50s. Let's just continue to do some climbing. Yeah, but the P8 is a big plane. You can see it from very far. Okay, it looks like I'm sort of overheating now. But I think I read somewhere or heard somewhere that the XP-50 is quite the good interceptor for its tier. So, they're probably going to be able to very fast climb up to my position in a minute. Okay, looks like that BTD was indeed a frontline bomber. And it doesn't necessarily seem like there are any other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think it's a good idea to dive down there then. Maybe I can sort of stay up here and wait for them to sort of climb up so I don't have to fight a big mass of enemies. Oh, poor P-4070 crashed after shooting down the XP-50. Let's do a spin just for no reason. Okay, let's go and get over there to do some support for the BF-109 and Yak-3. There really seem to be no strategic bombers doing any strategic bombing at the minute. Okay, let's turn down the engines as not to overspeed too fast. Okay, I think the max speed was like 800 something. Let's skip that Spitfire and go for the Spitfire. Never mind, let's go for the Spitfire instead of the Spitfire. Let's not break, let's not break, let's not break. Okay, and where's the Spitfire? Is he spinning out? Oh. Yeah, he is. Okay. Okay, this was a surprisingly fast victory. Now let's go and look for the remaining enemies, or do some shooting at ground targets if there are any left that I can destroy with my weapons at the moment. Oh, let's shoot that AA piece. Okay, and sure, let's just do some flying around and wait for the other remaining 3 enemies to sort of show up. Oh, one is there. E61, that is probably a fighter. Let's commit to head on for no good reason. Maybe he will too before I stall. Doesn't necessarily seem to be the case. I mean, I tried. Let's do a complete stall and sort of dive down and lose my wing. Can I? No, I don't think I can stabilize this in time. But okay, doing whatever it is what I just did is not a good idea. But looks like the plane will have a sort of soft landing. Sort of. And it doesn't seem like I did screw my team ever, hopefully. But yeah. Do not try to do a vertical 90-degree head-on and then stall out in the process. But I could have maybe got a lucky hit on the E61. Maybe. But okay, on to the next one. I might get balanced in a way that I don't really face many strategic bombers, which sort of makes sense if that were the case. So let's, in the next rematch, let's try sort of dogfighting, I guess. Or rather boom and zoom, I suppose. But it looks like most people sort of avoid the plane for good reason. With the mean Gashos belts, that is probably a good idea to do. Okay, fellow BV155B-1, very nice. I wonder how popular the plane is going to be once the battle pass is over. But so far it seems like a sort of fun plane to fly. Yeah, and let's sort of be the wingman for this BV-155. While my actual wingman does things. But it also looks like 4,000 meters is about the altitude at which I can intercept bombers, I think. But yeah, when I was playing bombers at like 3.7 at around this tier range, what I usually did was just take the bomber and side climb to like the edge of the map and then bomb. Because getting in a second run of bombs, was not necessarily something that one expected when flying a bomber. But sometimes there were exceptions. Even that you could, with the Me-264, that's like the really big German strategic bomber, where you could get a second run in with that. But the problem with that thing was that it really didn't like to go to the ground. And it really was gliding hard. Even if you did disable the engines, it really took a long time to get to the ground and land. Because that plane has a lot of lift generated by its wings, it seems. Or it seemed. Okay, let's creep closer to the other player. And make him worry. Perhaps I should do an accidental fire, but I'm afraid that I would actually hit him. Okay, let's see if there's going to be like one or two actual strategic bombers in here. So far I don't really see any. Okay, let's get out of war emergency power and sort of let the engine cool down. But it seems like most enemy planes are not strategic bombers. Oh. No, F6C is something else. Okay, let's see how the situation develops. Since there's also BF1 and 9 up here, I don't think there's much support needed, but let's do it as follows. Try to intercept at F-6C, and then sort of try to boom and zoom planes that are lower. Since everybody else is sort of shooting him down, I try to do the same. It does actually seem like a small plane, actually. Okay, let's see how this develops. Interesting. Let's get out of VIP. Turn this around. And run out of cannon ammo, and that is low enough. But interesting. Let's sort of try to retreat into this direction and try to rearm the cannon back at the airfield. And try to get at F6F. Seems interesting so far. Let's not crash into the ground while things are happening. Lose flaps because I didn't need them anyway, I guess. Let's continue to, never mind, engage until my cannon ammo runs out, but let's make our way to the airfield. Well, I'm surprised that most of these matches end up in a victory so far. Let's turn off the engine and see if I can do a actual landing with gear. Although I usually prefer to just dive nose down and then, well, not nose down, but land without a gear. Because that usually is faster and more efficient. But funnily enough, I'm returning to the airfield at the same time as the other B-155. Very nice. Okay, live. Yeah. It looks like this thing does also do lots of gliding, so I think I don't need to fire up the engine once again to land successfully. I think in a sharp turn I would lose too much energy. Let's get that gear out. That should most likely end up being a good landing. Well, the plane is still in mostly one piece, so I figure this is a sort of successful landing. It would have been extremely funny if those two crashed into each other. Huh. Oh, there goes the FW-190. Hopefully he's close enough to the airfield to repair. Seems like it, since he hasn't died yet. Okay, only 2 enemies left. Oh well. Not much visibility in this cockpit, I do admit. Huh. But I guess you don't really need to see much. I think this plane is sort of meant to either... I think sort of come up behind bombers from a long distance and then use that special scope to shoot, I think. Okay, all enemies have gone. Let's get very close to that other plane. And I didn't get a single piece of score. What? Didn't get a single point, unfortunately. Okay. Sure, let's go on to the next one. As usual, this stream is supposed to be about 2 hours. And since intercepting bombers has sort of easy, I guess. Like, what I want to say was sort of boring. So let's try to actually do some intercepting of other fighters, or interceptors rather. Let me just hum some things and stuff. Oh, 3 BV-155s. Interesting. One of the enemies has already... Nope, has returned. I think he just took some time to load in. Just checking my chat thing. Looks like if there was somebody that wanted to send things, they are not here. Okay, let me quickly put things up there and continue. Oh well. Let's try some bomber intercepting again. And then try to do some dogfighting, and hopefully more successfully than I previously did. Wasn't the best idea to dive after that fighter, but at least I didn't explode, so that's a plus. I can't really see any dots in the sky that might look like enemy bombers coming in. Let's do some spinning. That's a good trick. Huh. That might be strategic. Not strategic, but a frontline bomber that just did that. But I can't seem to make them out. Which is fair enough. I mean, I could cover, or try to cover, the retreat of the PE-2. That might be a good idea. Or maybe not. Or maybe yes. Okay, let's just try it anyways, unless he gets shot down before I reach him. Okay, he was hit, but he's not dead yet. Okay, can I no, he is gone. Let me be gone as well. Okay, lots of planes. That P-51 might decide to get after me. Maybe, perhaps, probably. No, that Key-61 seems to be the one. Let's go and try to go after him as well. The good thing about RRB is if you die, you can very quickly get into another match usually. Oh, that's an NPC plane. Okay, the P-63 had the same idea and managed to take him down. Let's try to intercept the Spitfire that is following him. They are going down. Let's try to take that P-51. Because I'd like to keep my altitude advantage for some time. Okay. Gaining speed again, very good. Sure, now 3 planes are chasing him. Let's see how this ends. I mean, he could probably, technically, maybe, perhaps, dive to get out of this, but maybe not with the P-63 behind him. Okay, I'm going to stick to sort of the grip here, unless it dives down. Oh, there he goes. And it's shooting me. Okay. Well, I guess at least I got some hits in, I suppose. Now. Now, let's see. Yes. Maybe go down towards that area. As more and more planes are getting down there, it might be a good idea to also go down there. Over here, my team is sort of in the lead. Let's cut off the engine to save some speed, and remember to not extend flaps, as they would just say goodbye. We go after these Spitfires. That F4U seems to be going down right about now. Oh, he's just burning. Nope, his fire went out. That's not good. I have I did lose a wing. I was too fast. I think I didn't really take into account that the air resistance of the that you're like, yeah, that the air resistance sort of is different in colder regions. That you're like, maximum speed before breaking things off is lower than in, I think, more temperate climates. Oh well. But on to the next one. How many things? How many ranks is it until that plane is unlocked? 51. And that is sort of shortly before the Wii Light, which is technically the only reason I'm playing this Battle Pass. At least I'm trying to. It would be very neat and funny to have that light on your tank, going wee woo all the time. But I should do more daily tasks to get some progress. But the first three, that's an interesting spawn. Return to the battlefield. Return to the battlefield. Huh. But yeah. I completely lost what I was going to say. Huh.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
But sure, let's just climb again and then actually try to get a kill this time. It seems like the previous two kills, one was more like luck, and the other was sort of a kill steal from the other guy. Who didn't have... He was on his tail, but I sort of just zoomed in and took it. Which wasn't very nice, I imagine. Give me 1 second. I have returned. Okay, let me do a quick sound check to see if the sound is sound. That does seem to be okay. Let you go. Okay, that B-51J decided to go away. Fair enough. Not sure if he ripped his wings or otherwise.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Okay, with every match I'm sort of getting the idea that... Well, sort of the feeling that bomber hunting might not be the best use for this plane. Although I could try to intercept that Halifax. Although that XP-50 most likely is going to do that for me. Well, let's continue to climb, and I think he either might turn down... I think after he bombs, he's going to sort of go this way, I guess. As to not be too close to any planes that might try to do stuff. And there he is. It seems like that XP50 has him, or wants to intercept him at the moment. Okay, looks like he is about to drop his bombs, it seems like. And he is turning away. Let's try to intercept. Well, what I'm going to do is to sort of get closer as to give him a chance to shoot me down easier. Or he might outrun me. That also could be an option. Okay, he's turning. Not sure if he sees me. But he might actually turn towards me right now. For some reason. He might try to stall me out. Oh, fair enough, I guess. Or maybe he wants to hide in the clouds. Okay. Now he seems like he has a good chance to shoot me down. But to be fair, I have bad aim, so that chance might have been there for a long time. Let's do some fancy maneuvering. Maybe he will jam his gun by accident. Let's try to not fly into his bullets too much. But he's actually doing sort of a good job in deterring my attacks. And I only have 3 cannon shots left of the big one. So I might run out of ammo during my next attack run. But he seems like he is also going full speed. Might overheat his engines, perhaps. But he seems like he does know how to not jam his guns by too much continuous fire. Okay, I'm trying to get to like 1 kilometer before I try to shoot my last cannon shots. Okay, one trick that one can try doing something like this is to sort of slow down if you have really good armament. Especially after a long chase like this. I got my cannon shots, as well as soon my engine. Okay, I did scratch his paint somewhat. He's scratching mine quite good. I'm most likely going to be shot down by him, but that's fair enough. Oh. Oh, that was unexpected, but let's maybe follow him. Maybe he can shoot me down while he goes down. That doesn't seem to be the case. Oh, did he not get the bomb? Oh. Well, that sucks. Well, completely out of ammo. Let's cut the engine and sort of glide to the next airfield. It's really nice to see like air battles like these, as compared to ground battles where things are over quite fast and quite one-sided at that.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
I mean, I could be a nice guy and sort of jay out a crash to get him a nice little kill. But let's just try to land. I don't think if I were to do it, I would disadvantage my team too much. So they do seem to be able to very much manage to win this. Okay, only one left. I'm just going to try to do a sort of... Maybe I can try to do a real landing again. If there is time. Sure, let's try to do a real landing with gear and all that. If I do not stall out again. I mean, I did get the gear on the ground. It just was that the gear was smashed in the process. Let's get some flaps in. Does seem to maybe look quite good. But I'm not familiar enough with the plane, so I might just stall out. Just about like 50 meters before the field, or right about here. Yeah, that is a big sort of hill. But it worked out for some reason. Just like butter. Perfect landing. Very soft, barely noticed a thing. Seems like nobody's really interested in watching the BF-155. Fair enough. Okay, that wyvern will most likely be shot down, so let's maybe try to do some interesting low altitude flying that might be something interesting. I could scare that BF-109 with a very close pass. Okay, almost. I almost stalled out doing that. But that Vyron doesn't. He seems like he's outrunning whoever is chasing him. At P-51. Let's sort of get a intercept trajectory in and see if we can do much about it. Okay, P-51 is continuously firing on the Wyvern. That plane. But he is falling short quite a bit. Or even most likely has seen me coming in. Let's continue, I guess. Hopefully he doesn't know that I'm a terrible pilot. Oh, he's bombing. Never mind. Let's wait for him to drop his bombs. Okay, very nice. And let's try to hit him. Completely running out of cannon shots. This is awkward. Let's try to sort of range find this. Can I use this? Okay. It was a mistake what I did. But it's not that important anyways. Let's try to shoot him at 3 kilometers, as I'm not going to get much closer. And I'm completely out of ammo. It was worth a try, I suppose. Let's maybe try to gain a tiny bit of extra speed, but he looks like he's going to be far and gone for quite some time before the match ends. Hopefully he doesn't know that I'm completely out of ammo. But I guess I can sort of scare him, I guess. And if things get dire, I still have 1 bullet, and that bullet is my plane. And perhaps I can use it and crash into him. And he has disappeared. But I can still probably maybe see him as a little dot on the horizon over there. I'm going to try to crash into him. Yeah. Oh, that was close. That was close. I did clip his wing. And he clipped my propeller. He might have lost his left wing, it seems. But he's most likely going to be able to get home. Just sort of glide and maybe land safely. And no, it doesn't seem like he has lost a wing. Oh. Well, it was worth a try. I should have pushed up a tiny bit earlier. Okay, maybe what I could also do is try to get it into a sort of 3.7 lineup for ground. Well, that might be too misleading, as I would spend too much time on the ground. But I could try to do air arcade in it, maybe? Okay, Okay, this time I'm sort of climbing, sort of, and then go in and help out the fellow fighters. Not fellow fighters, but I mean the fighters. I mean, if you were to tune in at exactly this moment, that would be very exciting. Boom, ba-da-ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-da-boom. I don't think this map is going to have much in terms of bombers, but I might be wrong. But I don't necessarily want to go after bombers. At least not in early game, I guess. Or I guess early match. It's probably the correct, the term that is right. And let's get like the 4 fast meters and then choose a fight to dive onto. Yeah, but I guess this is also one of the reasons why I don't really... I mean, I would like to do like air combat, but it's not terribly interesting. It's lots of flying to get to the objective, while ground combat usually takes a few moments until you have things happening. I guess it's different with top tier jets, but I'm not very close to that in a moment. Let's sort of fly in this direction. Okay. I can go for the G55. The J2M might be engaging the 109. A G55 does seem to be quite dangerous, yet I'll keep approaching after he engages a P51. Okay, not sure how he's going to deal with that fire. But I'm not going to dive down. Let's go and try to support that BF-109. That is possible. Okay, his wing broke off due to fire. Okay, they are pretty much in a turn fight. Or were for a second there. Okay, that was a sort of good exchange, I guess. But can I try to get this home, maybe not. Mm. Ah, don't have too much stabilization, unfortunately. Let's just crash into the ground. But okay, there was a neat exchange, 1 for 1, fair enough. And he has better luck flying. Zoom. It's a Swedish plane. Zoom. Okay, let's return to the hangar. And sure, let's try to do some more dogfighting. I guess that is more interesting than trying to do air arcade, which is really just um, which is really just trying to find bombers, and as most of us probably know, not terribly interesting. Okay. Okay. Not, don't think I should change the belts. They do seem to be pretty okay for what I intend to do. Lots of B-155s. Or maybe just 2 of them. Okay, 2 bombers on our team, one of which seems to be a strategic one. Okay, there's the XP-50. Yes. Very much an XP-50, yes. I guess its thing is that it has a very good climb rate. I think it also has very huge propellers. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 BV-155s. So it seems to be already sort of popular, I guess. But yeah, let's go to about 4,000 meters again. And try to not die during the next head-on or dogfight or whatever engagement. Also, I don't think the fuel tanks have yet been added to the damage X-ray view. Although I think they're probably there. Or just missed that part. What? Probably just not, like, not displayed in this mode. Maybe, or maybe that long thing is the fuel tank. I'm not certain. Oh, I missed that old low tier map where there was like a valley with like a sort of river thing going on, where like 2 fleets, each with 1 battleship, were sort of approaching each other, and we're doing like combat in a very hilly area. That was sort of cool. Would be neat if there would be more like those maps. I mean, if I could find more maps that have sort of mountainous terrain. That would be cool. Like a map in the Alps or something. Could also be interesting for like how the environment affects the flight characteristics and stuff. Okay, not sure where he is going, the other BV-155. Well, let's sort of approach those Yak 3s. And maybe that might turn out to be a good idea. Maybe. Or that Mustang. But no, let's keep an eye on the Mustang. It's probably also going to the fight between the Yaks. Okay, let's try to pass by that Mustang and engage that Yak. Never mind, that Mustang is very much into shooting me. And is evading, very good. There goes my gear, I didn't need it anyways. Let's try to go after that Yak 3. He looks like he's turning in to go head on. Okay, only 20 cannon shots left. Let's continue to evade. With that, I mean flying in a straight line. ITP is on an intercept course. Let's try to gain some speed. Okay, he might give up his attack run. I'm not sure. He does seem to be determined. Let's not let's not dive too much. Okay, sort of a bad situation. Okay, get a hit. Now he's motivated to follow me. Let's try to build up some more speed, and he's breaking off. Now, with that, I'm going to turn around and try to not get shot down by that Yak. Okay, my engine is gone, and I'm burning. Let's hope that I look very dead. My ring just said goodbye. Maybe that Yak is going to crash. Very nice, I got a kill. And my pilot sort of burned to death. Oops. Okay, I guess neat exchange. I was trying to sort of safety plane, get it to land, but there was a fire. Ah. That match is still going. Let's go to the next one. I mean, technically I survived the head-on. I just died afterwards to the repercussions of it. So technically I maybe didn't survive it, but I know I technically did survive the encounter itself. Just not what came from it. Okay, let's try to get a head-on intercept sort of thing going where I don't die. Let's try one. Let's try that. Let's try to intercept without exploding.
Attention to the map. Attack enemy troops. Attention to the designated grid zone.
Oh, let's do some climbing and then let's just see how this goes.
Attention to the map. Attack the A point.
Very exciting. I mean, on this map there might be some strategic bombers on the enemy team. At least one, it seems. Let's see what is going on in chat. Yeah. What is a B-18? Oh yeah, that reminds me. Some people for the event are taking for the tank. Yes, for the tank thing, you can take event vehicles of lower ranks and take them into air battles. You can take the tanks into air battles. Yes. No, you can take tanks into like a level 1, tier 1 battles with the event vehicle. The only condition is you have to use it in the battle to gain progress down there. And some people are using their tier 1 event vehicles to shoot down all of the new players down there, which is not really fun, I guess. I don't think it's good. Like, come on. And some people try to get some huge huffs of copium by saying by saying that all of the new players are obviously in arcade mode. Yeah, but if all of the new players are in arcade mode, how come that you managed to get 15 kills in 10 minutes? Something doesn't add up. Well, yeah, some people are just not very nice people, I suppose. Like, it must suck. You want to play the game in the event and all you get is getting shot down very fast. Now let me quickly, like an idiot, commit to a double head-on with a BF-109 and key 100. Okay, he's wiggling. He's very smart. I appear to have lost something. Okay, let's engage helicopter mode. Let's just keep shooting in case I hit something. Okay, that didn't work out, and I'm spinning violently. But maybe things recover. I'm gaining some altitude. Not really, but sort of curve, I guess.
Somebody cover me. We're winning.
I mean, I don't have a like ground event vehicle. that I could use to seal club on tier 1. Or I could technically use my GU-288C to get that event done relatively fast. I get like 1,000 to 2,000, if not more, mission points per battle on that thing. And the only issue is that it puts others at a disadvantage in the team, because they have to go into battle with a bunch of bombers that are only good at one thing, that is dropping bombs and running away very fast. And most people that fly the 288 usually get shot down quite quickly. I mean, you can get some kills if you sort of know how to fly and how to get people behind you to shoot you. But most people just heard that it is a good plane to get some credits, and then that's that. But yeah, even if you're good at it, I mean, you sort of have to be sort of lucky. Not really, but really depends on what you engage and some other factors and stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to stick to naval, since that is fairly easy, and most things you're facing are Chinese bots. So it doesn't matter if you play a tiny bit mean in that. Out of that, you can get your star in about 2 hours or something, depending on how good things are. But I should do like 1 or 2 streams where I try to get enough stars for the like Hungarian tank at the 4th star. That could be a good idea. But I would need to still figure out a lineup for that. And I wonder how long a stream would be that would start with sort of getting the starfight and only end once I have the star. So it would either be like 4 hours, which is an optimistic guess, or about 8 hours. Which is the more realistic guess, I guess. And then... Huh. Lots of crashes down there. But yeah, maybe I could try that. Or I could pay $20 for some low-tier event vehicle and then do what everybody's doing. But no. I do like to play sort of fair. And play the game for fun, I guess. Because if you try hard a game too much, it really just becomes an annoying thing to do. I wonder if I could have saved the plane if it didn't decide to violently spin out with the entire aft, I guess, gone. Huh. Probably not. But it's a neat thing to try those. To try that from time to time. Almost at 4,000 meters. Let's see if there's any moving dots in the sky. That was a flag cloud. Don't really see that. Don't really see much. The HE111H seems to be the only one so far. They might be side climbing in the clouds, which is a fairly good idea. Okay, F6C still left. Let's sort of move in that direction, but also continue to climb in case there is other planes that have a good climb rate, which I could then meet up there and then shoot. That HE11H is gone. Probably wasn't even allowed to drop his bombs, unfortunately. Okay, F-6C seems to be a good target. Unless he decides to unless he go down to ground. Yes. Okay, and that looks like a head-on to me. Okay, that worked well. Let's get in over heads and continue to another one. Which is a bad idea. But maybe he might be scared and I don't have to die. Never mind, let's just commit to the head-on and then go on to the next match after that. Would be fun if I had a cannon, but that is not the case. I'll just continue to fly in this direction and hope nobody's able to catch up. Or decides to intercept. Let's fly into him. As in, you know. That somehow worked. Okay, that P-33 is still on me. And let's just sort of try not to get pilot sniped by chance. Should be big oof. But he is not really giving up. Let's try to get a sort of dive in. Because my engine is deciding to slowly say goodbye. But he is gaining more... You know? That's the technical term for that. Let's force him to lose some of his energy so the P-36A can get after him. And that might be a stupid idea. But, yeah, looks like I'm about to die. Very poggers. I really put too much faith in that P-36. 63, I think, is the number that I'm trying to pronounce. Never mind, he managed to set him off. Yes, I set him on fire quite severely. That was close. If only if only I had ammunition. Okay, let's try to sort of evacuate ourselves from the situation and ignore that and probably Italian plane is going to be following me. Okay, my engine is about to die. Let's try to save it by shutting it off. So I can get to the airfield maybe. But good job from the team. Let me get a thank you out.
Awesome!
Oh, sort of. And then die comically to the ground base AA.
The enemy is winning. We've got to counterattack.
But let's see if the oil does cool down. I do have two huge radiators, and one of them is still working, so that should hopefully be a possibility. I can use my plane again, but only 2 people are left. TI-16 just exploded. Very good. Okay, my all does slowly but surely cool down. Not sure if I would be able to make it back to the airfield. Oh.
Excellent.
Oh well. This match did go surprisingly well. Just turn on the engine for no good reason. I mean, very nice. Okay. Well, about 20 minutes left. Not sure how many battles that might be, but let's go. Okay, yeah, same plan as usual. As before, I suppose. And just climb to 4,000 and then go from there. Okay, the 4,000 might be a problem on the winter map, as I'm still violently using speed. Losing speed.
Attention to the map.
Wiggling my vertical stabilizer around. Okay, I might try to intercept the B-25 or the PE-2, or perhaps even the IL-4, but since I do seem to be pretty much, maybe perhaps, the only interceptor, I'm obviously going to let them drop off at least one bomb load. Well, it looks like that bomber is well defended, and IL-4 is going down. Okay, U-87 is going after the B-25. I could try to go after the PE-2, but probably would stall doing that. And he's still far from a base, so yeah. I'm just going to continue to climb. Okay, it doesn't seem like the U-87 is going to have much luck shooting down the B-25. Let's go after the PE-2. Which might prove to be a good target.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Okay, that looks like a sort of good turn. But he might outrun me. So let's see if I can get some distance, otherwise go after the LA-5. If he doesn't commit to an attack, I'm probably just going to fly over him. Which seems to be the case. Let's try to get a lucky shot. Don't mind. Okay, let's run away while he stalls. Okay. Didn't necessarily think about him trying to do a vertical attack like he did.
Somebody attack him! Launching an attack.
Let's go and support our mandatory wingman in the F-6C. Okay, BV-238. Okay, they look like they are in a turn fight. There's a P2 close to the ground. Let's...
Engaging the enemy! Roger that.
Okay, that was a second too late. That was due to my shit aim, but at least he crashed. Should have done a better job at aiming. Let's go after the LA-5. Not sure if that is the same one that was attacking me earlier. Let's try to save some time. Most likely seeing me, I think. Not probably. Ah, he did await. And trying to get me into a turn fight, which is horrible for me. I do think. Okay, Spitfire doesn't seem to see me. What is happening here?
Need backup.
Sure, let's stay close to the ground and try to engage anyways. He crashed into my course, but I didn't get the kill. That's unfortunate. But that was good enough, I suppose. I do seem... There. I do seem to suppose a lot. Okay. Looks like I will be able to do like 2 more matches, depending on how they go, but trying to use this thing as a fighter is far more fun than trying to fly behind bombers. Certainly. Very nice. Okay, match has already started. But yeah, same as usual. Blah. Let's just climb to about 4,000 and then see how things go, as usual. Maybe I could try to do a stream where I'd play a BF-109, but I would have to get used to flying them, I guess. Or I could get better in the Horton 229 and try to use that. That could be an idea. Hmm. Now I'm not... No, let's just go to 4,000 or something. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, B-26B, which is probably on its first attack run, and it's Sterling. Okay, let's remember the rule. Let them bomb at least once and then try to intercept. But once I'm on altitude, they most likely have dropped their bombs. Now, the B-26 seems to be a target for the BF-109, so I'm going to go after the Sterling. Unless that B-26 decides to intercept me. Which he apparently does. Pulled up too late. And now the Sterling is getting away. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Well, so much for that. Well, let's go after the 26 again. Since he, if he wants to return to base, has to turn around eventually. Let's try to aim better this time. At least he has no vertical stabilizer. On one side. I'm going to crash into him. And he is spinning out. I tried. Maybe he manages to get home. I would be cool if he managed to. But yeah. My gun is still jammed. Let's try to crash into him just because. Wow.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
I mean, he can try to shoot me down. Would be cool if he could manage that. Well, I'm not very good at crashing into people, it seems. Sure. That was an interesting ring overload. Well, let's go with that. Yes, I do feel pity for bombers because I used to play them. Okay, let's go for one last match, although this would have been a better last one, I suppose. Okay, the matchmaker is currently trying to calculate what made me so bad in the previous match. Okay, final match of the day. Yeah, sure, let's go to 4,000 meters. Okay, any dots? Not many so far. Let's just continue to climb. Doesn't really seem like there are any strategic bombers in this match. At least not in our team. Maybe try to engage at XP 50. That could be interesting. Not sure if he has seen me, but let's just try it. Okay, he seems like he has seen me. What's sniping him about is 7 kilometers. Let's get in there. He most likely will also commit to a head-on, since he does have quite a substantial amount of guns. Okay, there he goes. I did do things. Okay, did do things to him as well. But now my wing has sort of said goodbye. Well, fair enough. Okay, and I got a kill assist. Now, maybe I can try, perhaps, to sort of get this plane home. Maybe instructor is fighting me, I don't know. To be fair, I don't know how to turn the instructor off. But he does seem to say no, I don't want to go that way. Let's see if I can stabilize this plane by going fast enough. Which might be the case. Okay. This is helping. But I'm not going fast enough. Okay, I don't think I generate enough things to go fast enough. Whatever that means. And if I decide to turn to the right, it would probably be a horrible idea. But I mean, I'm still flying for the moment. But yeah, I don't think I can generate enough speed to get this thing home. But it was worth a try. Let's quickly crash into that street. And do one more match, just because. It might be a good idea. To get one that is a bit more successful than a... I mean, it was 2 head-ons. I got 1 kill assist and 1 kill. I did underestimate the auxiliary... but the 2 machine guns that I have on the plane. Which I think were kind of just there to make me feel good. But turns out they are quite useful in doing crits and kills, it seems. So I guess the cannon is sort of better suited for shooting down bombers and stuff. Yeah, let's go and do one more match for the stream. And then I'm probably going to make the next War Thunder stream either on Friday or on Monday, I'm not certain. I wonder if the not funny tag is bad. Maybe that makes people think, no, that streamer is not funny. I mean, fair enough, it's sort of ironic. Sort of. Yeah. But I can check how many people have clicked on the stream this time. do, but let's climb to about 4,000 meters again. Okay, lots of blue acrobatic smoke down there. Whee! Okay, 2,000. Let's see if there's any... I don't think the Ki-29 at 49 is a strategic bomber, but it could be. Which means there is probably one strategic bomber on the enemy team. And for strategic, I mean a big one. I'm not sure if the SB-2Cs are that. It might just be interceptors. Okay, that SB-2C is going to head on that BF-110 and evades. Let's hope he dives down. So I'm going to continue my climb. Because the BF-110 has support on a Tempest, hopefully. So I don't need to dive down to support him. I'm not sure where that other SB-2C is going. Well, let's just continue upwards. I think the SM.91 is a bomber. I think that's an Italian one. Okay, I'm going to continue to climb. But at F4EU, there's maybe back to Diver. Same for the P-63. Let's try to avoid him. Maybe I can drag them away from the battlefield. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, that K-61 is maybe a target. Let's just fly overhead. Or try to. Let's try to not get my wing shot off. Okay. That's those mostly avoided. Now let's do a sort of turn, as I think most of the enemy team has passed so far. That BF-109 might support me and support an attack in that Ki-61. Although the Ki-61 itself might just fly away, which is fair enough. So let's get a bit higher. Our team does seem to be a tiny bit on the losing end. Okay, BF-109 is going for the attack. and is no longer committing to it. Let's continue to run away. And do not dive down, since turn fight is not something that this plane is good at. B-109 is going in for another try. And did get a hit. Very nice. I could try to support him, or at least scare the Key 61 further down. But the B-109 seems to be in pursuit of a plane it doesn't necessarily want to fight. Well, let's cut the engines as to not go too fast. And B-109 got him. Okay, let's go. Oh. Should I try to go down there? Maybe I should wait until the B-109 closes in, and I should support the B-109 down there. Seems like the better idea. Only 3 guys are left. All of them are here. That B-109 is gone. Have made a difference if I dove in a few seconds sooner. And let's maintain altitude until that other B-109 is here, and perhaps the Key 49 is as well. Okay, Key 49 seems like it is taking off. And their team is about to lose. BF-109 is going in, it seems. Or not. Okay, let's stay up here for now. AE-49 still is out. I think it's better to sort of maintain the altitude advantage so far. Might just be able to wait them out until they lose. Which seems to be definitely the case. But what I could do is support it BF-109 as it goes in for an attack now. And do one beam and zoom. Those crashed into each other. And I'm not going to commit to that. I'm waiting for the Key 69 to come in. Is that a bomber, perhaps? It is. Ah. Oh, well. So I should probably stay up here and try to buy some time, as he is probably not able to do much support around here. Okay, even better, both of these are in a squadron, both in the same, I wanted to say. But with things almost over, and they probably coordinating themselves via voice comm. Let's ignore that F for you flanking me and dive towards the P-51. Maybe try to get a last minute kill. Okay, I guess I'm sort of running now. And I now did do what I didn't want to do, which is go down. But I might just be able to survive the needed amount of time while the Key 49 does another bomb run. Didn't even fire a single shot so far. So that's that, I guess. Looks like they have decided to pursue. But luckily I'm still having a sort of advantage in speed. But that's not going to be maintained for long. And then... Okay, F4U seems to disengage. Hmm. Let's go and climb again. Yeah, because if I were to go and try to shoot them down and get shot down myself without shooting them down, I mean 31, I could try. Could try. But if I don't get shot down, I'm not certain the A49 will be able to survive. And would be neat if I could win it for the... Let's phrase it differently. It would be neat if I were not to lose it for the team. That would be sort of good. But with that talk sort of over, let's try to commit it to a... Yeah, doing the same thing again. That was worth a try. Let's try to run away. And get pilot sniped. That sucked hard. Ah, that sucks. Like, of course it's a pilot snipe. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, you can still try to take off, and he's very under-equipped. Did we win? I'm not sure. One more match. That isn't so bad. At least it was a win, I guess. Let's do one more, even if it is just a head-on, or perhaps do 2 to 3 hours. But I don't think that would change much in terms of years. Maybe the not funny tag is a mistake. Or the brain damage tag. Who knows? Maybe the not funny tag implies that I'm a very serious streamer. Maybe I should remove the not funny tag. Come to think of it, are there no custom tags for the games? No, they are locked in there. Okay, good to know. Oh. But yeah, same plan as before. Try to fly to 4,000 meters and then get from there. Looks like there might be 2 strategic bombers. I think I might be seeing both of them. I think they... I mean, one of the Italian bombers, I think it had 3 engines and a frontal cannon. Which was sort of interesting. Others might be fighters or interceptors, I'm not certain. Sure, let's just go and try to commit to a head-on with the one that is on top. But that doesn't seem like the plane that I thought it was. And it looks like it's a Swedish interceptor. Okay, I am on fire. And that fire just spread. I was about to say that fire is most likely not going to get out. And I got a kill assist and very much gone. Okay, Swedish plane is Swedish plane. Let's do one more and then call it a day. But in the future I might do some BF109 streams, perhaps. That could be interesting. Maybe. Or the 229, I'm not sure. In the end, it really depends on plane I'm better with and technically what is more fun to play. Let's climb again.
Attention to the map.
Okay, someone felt the need to separately declare in chat, in written word, what we're going to bomb. Interesting, I suppose. Usually just doing a attention to the designated squid. Blah, blah, blah. Usually just the clicking works. Alright, fair enough. Probably seemed like a real asshole trying saying that. Anyways. Let's go and find some bombers to shoot. Looks like it will be about 2 strategic bombers again. Big bombers, I guess, is the thing that I want to say. That might have been a frontline bomber that just did that. Yep, that's a Vyvern. Might have been the bomber that just bombed.
Need cover!
I mean, 2 versus 1 might end good. Let's see how the P61 is doing against the Wyvern. Never mind. And the ME410A got him. And the P61 crashed. Okay. Okay, I would guess that the bigger bombers are currently side climbing. This is about usually the distance where both bombers pass each other. Like both bomber groups have... Yeah. Where the bombers of the opposite team pass each other. Usually about halfway. Sometimes trying to shoot each other with their MGs or turrets.
The enemy's getting closer to victory. Cover me!
I guess I should try. But he's diving directly into the enemy group. So I'm not going to. Let's just pass all of these. Okay, 2 of them have committed to try to attack. Especially that C202. But he stalled. And let's see, our team does seem to be on the losing end, somewhat. Okay, let's try to support this guy, although he doesn't seem to be very into the idea of attacking. Okay, this looks like a double head-on, or not. Okay, he has stalled. And I'm not a good shot. That hurt. Okay, lost control. Let's just get out of this. Okay, that looks like a head-on, sort of. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm going or what I'm doing. Huh. At least the Fokker Wolf has joined. The FW-190. There goes one of my things. And we are almost all about to kiss each other. That's how close we're getting. There are not many fighters left in my team. I could try to run, perhaps. Perhaps. Oh well. No, all of my team died. Well. Well, we're going to do better in the next match. Hopefully. But yeah, before I'm going to sit here for 4 hours or something, I think that is okay. It wasn't the best final match, but let's leave it at that. I do hope that the stream was somewhat entertaining and or enjoyable, and yeah, next Wolf on the stream is most likely going to be on Friday. Thank you to those that came by and watched, or perhaps typed in chat and I didn't notice, but yeah. So much for that. I'm probably going to remove the not funny tag, and yeah, maybe until next time, and goodbye.